Welcome back to talknorth.com. Thank you for listening. If you can, please download before you listen. It helps our business. I'd also like to thank our producer, Brandon Morton, and let you know if you'd like to sponsor this program or any of the programs on the network, you can reach me at jsouhan47@gmail.com. Welcome to a remote edition of the Cheryl Reeve Show. Cheryl Reeve is... Where are you now, Cheryl? Las Vegas, right?
We are in Vegas.
You're in Vegas, and instead of hitting the town, you are talking to me and Brandon back here in Minneapolis. We will try not to cause you too much pain or keep you too long. Do you do much when you're in Vegas, or do you consider it just another stop?
Well, we just got in, so when you just get into town, depending on the time zones and what you have going on, I tell you what, I was pretty exhausted when we landed, so I just shut it down for a little bit. And so I've yet to be out. It's a much safer proposition to be here with you. my money stays in my bag when I do that.
Yes. Again, this is the Cheryl Reeve Show, part of the talknorth.com podcast network. We cover all the sports. This show is about the Lynx, the WNBA, Women's Sports Society in general. Cheryl's been great. Our next live show, which have been huge successes, is August 15th. That's next Wednesday, or this Wednesday coming up, at 6 o'clock at Free House in North Loop, Minneapolis, right there on Washington Avenue. Drop by. I do recommend getting a reservation or getting there early. They do have a happy hour, so you might as well get there early. We'll tell you more about Free House here in a little bit. Also want to welcome our newest sponsor. And this show now is brought to you by Successful Marketing Group. That's Lori Ramsey's company. She is a Minneapolis native who has started up her own company. I met with her the other day. She taught me all kinds of things I would not have known had I not spoken with her. She's going to become a big part of the network, and she's a sponsor of the Cheryl Reeve Show. We'll tell you more about her business later on. And also thank you, as always, to Shelley Boyam-Breen from the Shelley Bean, the Sports Queen books. We'll be telling you more about that as well. So you got a big win in Chicago. You beat a team that, I don't think you'd ever beaten Chicago that much in Chicago. And Maya Moore got it going. You just want to kind of give me your view of that game, its importance, and how things went.
Yeah. I think we're at that point where every win you can get is obviously a big one as we position ourselves for playoffs here, and not too long of time. I mean, this is crazy how quickly this is winding down, and we'll begin playing playoffs here shortly. So it was as you mentioned, Chicago. I think the series was something like essentially 90% of the wins come from the home team, and so winning on each other's court through the years has been a bit of a challenge. And so we go there knowing we went to Chicago a month before and just didn't play very well. And gave up 20 fast break points, and our offense was not very good. I want to say we shot about 35%. And so then last night's game, we go down there, wanting to do better and trying to find, we tell our team this, we want to win our home games and steal a couple on the road, because road wins are, they're always a big time challenge. And so, here we were, in Chicago, wanting to get that done. And we played a really good second half. I thought the first half of the first quarter, it didn't look like we were going to come out very, very strong. And we were able to turn it around because Maya Moore began to get involved offensively. I thought Danielle Robinson got involved, created some easy shots, and I think we were down 9 early. I don't know if it was more than that, but that's what I recall. And then made some shots. Next thing you know, we got right back in it, took the lead, and just got better as the game wore on. And then just a terrific third quarter for Maya Moore, who had 13. And we were on her back. We scored 29. She had 13 of them. I thought Danielle got going. We spread it around. Sil had some. Chechi Zandalicini had her first start as a professional here for the Minnesota Lynx, and the more she played, I thought the more comfortable she got. And just overall, a really good team win for us. The starters were all in double figures. Sil is, as you know, just rebounding the heck out of it. Danielle Robinson, first double for her since 2015. So she had 11 assists. and just overall, just a really uplifting win for us.
Maya's had a fascinating season. We know how great she is and how great she has been. She wins the MVP at the All-Star game. By the way, we need to talk more about the All-Star game. We really haven't done a show since then. We did a nice preview of it. We haven't done it one since then. And she's had streaks where she has played like an MVP. She's had streaks where she's strangely, not been able to score at her usual rate. Do you know what's kind of going on? What the variance is with her game right now?
Well, I mean, I think that at this point there's so much, talk, whether it's amongst ourselves, externally, that sort of thing. We just, I think a lot of people have diagnosed, our whole situation. And I think at the end of the day, what we're trying to focus on is just, obviously she played great against Chicago. Can we, I think, again, if you look at, there was a couple other games, her playing the power forward position, I think was a big reason why she was successful. She loves playing that spot. It was a favorable matchup for us as Gabby Williams, who's an undersized power forward, is starting in Chicago and played a fair amount. And so I think that, probably helped Maya a little bit. And I just think her overall mindset, whenever she has a mindset as she had last night, which is she can do anything, she can make any shot. It's really fun, to see her like that, and take it when you get it and move on to the next game. And you're unsure, of exactly what it's going to be like, and you just just when it's there, you take it. When it's not, you try to find other places, or still get Maya some shots, and hope maybe we get some offensive rebounds. I've always looked at Maya, how she plays the game, not whether her shots go in, but how she plays the game. As long as she's playing with energy and activity and finding other ways to help her team win, that to me is when we can still, possibly get through Maya not being as prolific maybe as we've come to expect.
We know what your relationship with Lindsay Whalen is like. What's it like to kind of have to guide her through a season like this? And was it a conversation about her sitting out the last game, or was that kind of just the coach's decision? How does that play out?
It hasn't been a difficult season at all with regard to Lindsay. I think when all the cards are on the table, you know exactly what you're dealing with, and that's always what we've had with Lindsay. Whether our communication with her or her communication with us, you always know exactly where you stand, and so that has not been difficult at all. I can't speak to Lindsay, and how she feels about the season, but I know from our end, it's as I told her in the off season, this was going to be a frenetic pace. This was going to be very little practice time. In some ways, that was appealing to Lindsay in terms of, the grind on your body. You're just playing games, you're traveling. But as we see, it has been an incredible grind, with that pace of, you play, you travel, you play, you travel, you come home, play a couple, try to get your life order, stuff going. And all of a sudden you play again, you travel again. And, next thing you know, it's All-Star break and boom, there's 9 games. Next thing you know, there's 5 games, whatever it is. It's just fast. And I think that one of the things that we talked about as a staff as we come out of All-Star break was to, hopefully gain some momentum. We felt like the New York win was a big one for us. The way that we won, the gritty nature of it, we wanted to maintain that. And we knew coming out of All-Star break, this was going to be a tough go. You go to L.A., who had lost 5 straight at home. So you're in a hornet's nest when you go out there right away, regardless of who's playing L.A. Somebody was going to be in for it, because I can tell you what, losing 5 straight at home would sure motivate the heck out of us. Mm-hmm. And so we go out there, with the idea we're going to play really well to win that game. And then we play, we unfortunately don't play as well as we hoped. And but we're still in it. We had chances. We're down 8 to cut it to 5. Maya gets a wide open 3, great shot that just didn't fall, and that would have cut it to 5. And we're at that point, it's I think it was late third quarter. We still found ourselves in the fourth quarter, within striking distance. So not the case where that we didn't show up at all, but we just didn't play well enough to overcome that hungry of a team that had lost 5 straight at home. And then we have to get on the plane, the next morning and go out to Seattle. So you get up early and you get out of there, and we don't get into Seattle and into our hotel rooms. It's probably 2:30. We're leaving for the game at 4:30. So do what you can. Get something to eat. Try to lay your head down a little bit. Get some treatment, and let's. It's go time. I was really pleased with how we turned it around. By the time tip-off hit, we were ready to go. And I thought we played well for 3 quarters. And, you know, like so many of my teams in Seattle or the teams that I've been a part of, Seattle's a tough place to go. And it's always late in the game that when you're playing well, you know, you have to have enough of a cushion to withstand a surge, because a surge is going to happen in Seattle. Their fans are great. They always have a great push. And they did. And we started turning it over just at the end of the third quarter, gave them some momentum. By the start of the fourth quarter, the first couple minutes, we tried to hang in there. You know, again, you know, turnovers were kind of the separation. You know, next thing you know, they got a 4 or 5 point lead, and we're hanging in, and we just couldn't get back and get over the hump. So, not bad showings, but you know, 2 tough games. And next thing you know, we lose 2 in a row, come out of All-Star break, and come home, and you know, we have the Atlanta game, and anybody that was there knows that Atlanta's playing great. Anybody that's been following the league, a very, very hot team, had won 9 of 10. So we go through all that, and we say to Lindsay, hey, you know, we gotta we have to consider, you know, a bigger picture here. And it became apparent that, you know, becoming the second best team in the league and getting a double bye was probably going to be a pretty uphill battle that we should not chase. And so now we're starting to try to think about how do we position ourselves, you know, not getting that double bye and having to play much sooner than what we're used to, and being feeling physically better and therefore mentally better now has become a priority. And so that was a conversation with Lindsay, and you know, it wasn't really you know, hey, would you like to do this? It was more of, this is what we're doing. Mm-hmm. And Lindsay said, okay, you know, I heard on the broadcast that she said she didn't necessarily like the idea initially, but then, you know, reality sets in, kind of going, yeah, you're probably right. My body, you know, could use a little bit of a break. We're getting a little bit of a break for Rebecca Brunson, not because we asked for it, but because she sustained a tough injury in that Atlanta game where she has a hairline fracture in her nose, and took a pretty mean shot, as mean of a shot as I've seen someone accept from an opponent, and for her to stick around, even to, you know, to be on the bench, she couldn't return, but for her to even stick around, she took a pretty mean shot. So we're hoping, you know, this little, you know, 4 or 5 days for her, you know, helps her in the long run. So now that's where our attention turns. Try to win games. We're trying to win, you know, but we understand, you know, kind of the jumbled nature of the standings. We got to be careful not to chase things, you know, because we got to be ready to go once playoff hits.
Well, that was a great breakdown of everything that's going on. Again, the next live show, and the live shows have been a big hit. August 15th, that's next Wednesday, 6 p.m. at Free House. You can check out freehousempls.com. Check out their entire menu and their craft beers that they make in-house. From breakfast to beer is their motto, and there's a good reason for that. Also, want to tell you that the Cheryl Reeve Show is brought to you by a new sponsor, Successful Marketing Group. Successful Marketing Group is passionately committed to the small and medium-sized business, helping get them, I want to say that right, passionately committed to the small and medium-sized business, helping them get found, get customers, and build dreams. A few years ago, you started your business because you had a dream to create something bigger and better for you and your family. You believed you had more to offer than working 9 to 5, making someone else money for their dreams. You take pride in your work. You truly want to help people. Successful Marketing Group gets you and truly wants to help you build your dreams with uniquely designed marketing systems packaged to affordably give you everything you need to dominate on Google and capture new customers. Successful Marketing Group, digital marketing packages with proven results. Go to successfulmarketinggroup.com/Cheryl Reeve and get a free 45-minute audit and action plan. Again, successfulmarketinggroup.com/Cheryl Reeve. Again, I met with Lori recently, and she's going to, we're going to see how she can help my network as well, someone I believe in. I think she's also friends with Cheryl. And those are the kind of people we want to work with at talknorth.com. We like local businesses who kind of get who we are and what we're doing. And thanks to Lori for jumping on board. How much is the schedule driving you crazy at this point, Cheryl, or do you just accept it?
Well, me personally,
yeah,
or the
personally.
team, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
But I'm not in as great of a shape as these athletes are. But you know, it was something that we knew going into it, and it's one thing to know it, and it's another thing to live it. And you know, it's tough. I know all of us are in the same boat, so it's not like there's any, you know, competitive advantage or disadvantage that, you know, that can be talked about, but it's really more about You know, it has been a